Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Bonnie.
We're the Playing with String organizing team. We're here with Carlie from Northwoods Knit.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Almost giddy, actually. To be out at this time of day without children is like borderline unheard of. So
Yes.
enjoying myself here. Yeah.
Good. I know. Normally I'm in bed with the little one, putting her to sleep.
Tell us just a bit about, yourself, what you do, how you do it.
Well, with regards to designing knitting patterns, I've only been doing that technically for about 2 years. I learned to knit when I was attending university in Victoria, University of Victoria, and there was a lady there that cast on and showed me how to do a knit stitch, and then the rest is kind of history. I just loved it, and it was a major fit for me, and I just devoured everything I could. And of course, that was kind of long before the times of really helpful YouTube videos, etc. So it was books and the local yarn store, which was wonderful, and figured it out from there. 2 years ago, I was on maternity leave with my second, and it was like, you know what, I'm doing this anyway. What if I just wrote down some of these patterns and just see what happens? So I kind of was having fun and doing that. My first pattern that I published was actually a felted pattern. A pair of gloves, and I had been when I was in the Lower Mainland. We only just moved to Prince George, the winter of December 19. Mm-hmm. And when I was in the Lower Mainland, I was part of the Weaving and Spinning Guild, and we would always have a show. And I was making these felted items and selling them, all of them, at the shows. And I figured, you know what, this is actually pretty fun, and I could write this pattern. And that was sort of the jumping off point, and just kept going.
What is your sort of design philosophy? What interests you? What inspires you?
Everything that I'm looking at around me inspires me. I could write a new pattern every single day. I can't knit it. Really, since we've moved here from the Lower Mainland, the whole brand identity, that was never super clear to me when I started. I didn't know what I wanted that to be or look like. And since coming up here and moving into a rather rural Northwoods acreage on the Nechako River, the inspiration is like ridiculous. It's overwhelming how the beauty of being up here. It's spectacular, and it's every single day there's something new that's exciting, and I want to translate into something to knit. And it's really been wonderful. And that's why I've just recently, since actually talking to Bonnie for the first time, changed over from Carlie Perrin's Knits, which is my name, to Northwoods Knit Co.
Do you have some samples of some of the things that you've done there to show us?
I do. So I do tend to focus on socks. And part of the reason is I really, really love functional things that I'm going to wear, and it's cold up here. And so the socks, I love the socks. And the thing about socks is I can just start knitting and let the pattern develop and then write it from there. So socks is always a mainstay. They're always happening. And so like I brought you some examples. I love incorporating different things into small projects. So right now I'm working on a collaboration with a lovely new dyer from the Lower Mainland. And this is the latest thing. So I'm incorporating a bit of color work.
Oh, I saw that on Instagram. You had that.
Beautiful.
It was gorgeous. Yeah. So that's the finished product. How nice.
I kind of have a tendency to go all in crazy.
Nice.
Yes. Beautiful.
I've been knitting for a while, and so my skill set is more advanced than maybe some beginner sock knitters, but I want to be able to appeal to that group of people too. I've been trying to create sort of vanilla plus level sock patterns, and I've been offering them as more of a set.
Yes, those are
nice.
lovely.
Yes, very pretty.
And some color work. There's only 2 stitch long floats in here. It's not challenging. It's an easily remembered pattern. And
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Fading your colors, right? This is
love,
totally different dyers, a bunch of leftovers and minis from totally different people.
love those colors.
All of it's super TV knitting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing hard about the knitting.
Oh,
It's just the results look.
spectacular.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways to approach how to build a color fade. I've actually got a like a freebie tutorial thing called Color Camp that you can get if you sign up for a newsletter. And it walks through sort of organizing your stash in a way that you can work from it. Because I know sometimes it's just overwhelming to look at this pile of stuff and think, oh, where am I going to start, right? Like, and then from there, some basic color theory. So actually included in that pattern set for this mini party pattern set is a bunch of color tips too on how to go about choosing yarns that are going to work for the technique. So in this case, where I started actually was at the center. I had a beautiful variegated mini skein from Crux Fibers up in the Yukon.
Mhm.
Where do I go from there? So I picked that as my anchor and I decided to fade either way. So from there, I went into this minty green and teal,
Mhm.
which is also a Crux Fibers color, up into this deeper teal, which was from Brine Dye Works. And then this way I went into this lavendery lilac-y color, which was an American dyer called Dyerful Yarns, and down into another purple pink, lightly variegated, also from Brine. Oh my God, I don't know if you can see all the dog hair. I have two very large dogs and this sock is covered with dog hair, so I hope it's not showing. And then the rest of it, after you've chosen your colors, it's a series of solid color and then a fade sequence. So I outline how many rows of this, how many rows of that, and you're just switching yarns as you go. So there's not scads of ends to weave in, but there is for every color change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
I love playing with color and adding lots. Otherwise, I wear black. This is, and I don't just do socks. I just really love socks. Yes. This is currently in testing and I haven't finished it. This is a collaboration with a dyer called Ginger Snap. And this is going to be an infinity cowl.
Oh,
Nice.
And again, snippets of color work,
yeah.
followed by lots of lovely, relaxing stockinette, good section of color work, and then we'll graft this together and eventually a double loop.
But what about like shawls, sweaters, things like that? Do you do anything with that?
I love all of that sort of thing. And I'm actually horrified to say that prior to my first shawl design, I did not own a scarf. Made it through one entire winter up here without a scarf. And then I decided maybe I should do something about that. So this one, and Bonnie, I believe you've seen this one before at Top Drawer.
Yeah.
The lovely ladies at Top Drawer, I went in there and I said, hi, I just moved here and I sell knitting patterns. Can we be friends? And they said, absolutely. And they're darlings. And they used this pattern as one of their monthly patterns that they do, where if you purchase yarn, you get the pattern. And this is my Dark Woods shawl. And it's very neat construction. And it's another fade sequence with a contrasting stripe. Hats, however, hats. Love hats. Hats are...
Let's see some of your hats.
Hats I love. Okay, but the hats, the thing about hats is I often give these things away, and I've realized that if we're to have an event in September, I'm going to need to make more hats so that I have something to show everybody. So I'll be getting to work on that. But in the theme of fingering weight yarn held together and fading and all of that business, I did bring this one. This was made out of a bunch of Madeline Tosh unicorn tails.
Nice.
Oh, pretty. Yeah.
And for fun, I added in texture down here and faded the texture as well. So I called it Sea to Sky because it reminded me of the rugged landscape up to sky with less texture and the shift of colors as well. And this is a beanie size, and the pattern comes with beanie size and a more slouchy fit. I personally prefer a bit more of a slouchy sort of shape, and I did bring one of my felted ones. I did a little felted. Apparently the beret is making a comeback. Okay, I can roll with that. Let's check it out.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
that is so nice.
Oh.
That is great.
That's lichen and lace,
Nice.
and it's a more rustic, toothy yarn. And I knit it deliberately a little bit looser than I normally do my felted items because I wanted drape.
Yeah.
Right? I found one mitt. I packed away all the winter stuff, and I found one to show you.
Oh.
Don't know where its mate is. So that's felted knit. I
Yeah.
usually like a little bit more dense and firm because we want to cut wind and be warm, but I wanted the drape with this. So
Yeah, definitely.
sport weight, knit really loose, and then throw it in the washing machine and see what happens.
Yeah.
So what things are you guys most excited for with the yarn crawl?
Oh my goodness. Having people like you so excited to be part of it this year.
So exciting.
Yeah, it's been very nice to get, we got over a dozen this year of vendors, makers, part of the crawl.
That's so great. It's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the Fibre Festival.
Well, we are really excited too. We're so happy that the idea we're going to have an in-person event.
Yes. That is, like, how long has it been?
Oh.
I think everyone will be so excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've got some fun things in the works
Oh,
for my booth for the
Nice.
Oh.
also.
Oh, really looking forward to that.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies, so very, very much for this opportunity. It was a lovely chat.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm thoroughly enjoying watching all of this stuff and checking out all the other vendors.
Yes, there's a really exciting group of people this year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got quite a few new people. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks. You guys have a nice night.
Yeah,
You
you
too.
as well.
Bye.